Hey, Sarah. Ready to build a new room?
Wait, don't just hey, sear me. You look even worse than yesterday morning. What's going on with you? Were you up all night, agonizing about what to do with Logan's plan? Again?
No. I think I figured out a solution. But that solution requires me to rewrite almost the entirety of my book.
Marlowe, tell me it's a joke. You can't be serious. You're rewriting your book?
Yeah, but not all of it. Just like the main character, all the dialogue and clues, the resolution.
Wait, what? You're ditching your detective? Henry? But he was so suave and people loved him.
I know, but the character kind of belongs to Jack's dad. And unless I win in court. So I decided to get rid of him.
Wait, you're still talking about the character and not Jack's father, right? But seriously, you're sure about that?
Not really, but what else can I do? Besides blackmailing, I mean.
I guess. Then who's your new character?
That's the beauty. She's not that new. You remember that character I wrote as an homage to Olive? The Hidden Blade?
Yeah.
I had already written her a backstory, a tie to the story, and a relationship with my old detective.
Still, that's one hell of a rewrite.
Honestly, the thought of this rewrite, of everything I need to do, it almost made me sick. But once I started, the whole story just kind of cascaded in my mind. You know, when things just fall into place by themselves. I guess I typed the keys and stuff. And I managed to rewrite 5 chapters.
5? In one night? Eva, this is crazy. And genuinely impressive. However, you cannot continue like that, going days without sleep. You need to be more careful with your health. You remember what happened with your last novel.
I know you're right. I promise I'll take a long nap later.
Thank you. But before you collapse on the tools, let's remove all of this. If we want you to take your nap before midnight, we should probably do something simpler with this room. Something without leaky pipes and electrical mess. Easy to carry furniture would also be nice.
What about a gym?
Oh, that's an amazing idea! Sport is health, after all. Although, not sure objects that are specifically designed to be heavy can really be called easy to carry.
Well, we meet 2 requirements out of 3. Could be worse. What should we begin with? Floors? Walls? Which one would you like to start with?
What about both? There are two of us. We could divide the work. Two of us who have thumbs and can use a drill.
All right, then. I could take care of the floor, and you, the walls?
Sounds good.
And Marlowe, you'll be our moral support.
So, Henry Maxwell gets bumped off. I was legit shocked when you told me. But now that I'm starting to wrap my head around it, it might not be a bad idea.
Thank you?
I can kind of picture it. The hidden blade, this mysterious and dangerous anti-hero solving a murder. Could be cool.
Yeah, honestly, it really got me excited. I mean, I was proud of the work I did for my book, but now? Maybe I'm rationalizing, but I see it as adding a new exciting layer on top of the original story.
Well, if it's really like that, I'm convinced. Now, what could I do with these walls?
Paint them?
Thank you, Ava. Very helpful.
I always try to be.
On another note, do you really think removing your main character will be enough to keep the Colts away?
Yes, with Maxwell gone, they won't have any more rights to my work. At least, on anything new. After 6 years, I'll finally be free from them. Can you imagine?
I think I almost cried with joy when you said that.
You and me both.
Okay, Henry Maxwell and the Colts are out, and this edgy new character is in. The more we talk about this, the better it sounds. Although, I'll miss your detective. He was so smooth.
Yeah, me too. I know it's dumb since he's not real, but he became pretty important to me.
It's not dumb at all. You created him and spent so much time and effort to make him feel real. How could he not be important to you?
Yeah.
Hey, but speaking about dumb and creations, what will you do about the terrible knockoff novels from Peacemaker? Sorry, from Ava Mendes with an S.
Nothing. As long as they leave me alone, I don't care if they do a few bucks on my back. I know that my book will eclipse Peacemaker's Homicide on the Murder Express and Murder She Has Written once it's out.
Wow, not much humility going around these parts.
No, I just meant... Now, should we add some lights? You know, to make you a bit brighter?
Nice comeback. What kind of lighting do you want?
What about...
Great idea. I'll get the fixtures.
I could probably start the wiring while she's coming back.
Huh?
No, I'm fi- It was just a little yawn, nothing to worry about. And there we...
Arr, arr, arr.
Ava! Are you okay?
Yes, I touched the wires together.
Yeah, I figured. At least you're not hurt. But if you don't mind, I'll handle the wiring for now.
I do not. Beautiful.
Well, I gotta say, your idea to stay all night and rewrite your entire book, it's quite shocking.
Ha ha ha. For real, what do you think about my idea?
If you're talking about the rewrite, I believe it takes a lot of guts, and it's super risky, but honestly, I'm getting pretty pumped about this new character of yours. But if you're talking about doing electrical work while barely conscious...
I was talking about the rewrite. Anyway, thank you. It really reassures me. I wasn't sure I was not simply having a nervous breakdown over here. Still aren't, to be honest. Now all I have to do is share that excitement with Veruca and... Oh yeah, also call Logan about the cases. And rewrite all the other chapters.
Don't forget to add sleeping in there.
Yeah. What about pushing all that stuff to later and going back to the renovations?
Sure. So, what type of procrastination you want to do? Rug-based? Or maybe machine-based, since we're building a gym?
I was thinking mirrors would be nice. Also, if we do want mirrors in here, it's probably best to bring them before we add all sorts of obstacles in our way.
Oh, right. That's experience talking. Very nice. Look at how much brighter this room has become.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? Magic mirror, you're absolutely right.
Huh? Huh? Arr, arr. Ruff.
Are you seeing something in there, buddy?
Oh, yeah. I think there's like a pouch sticking out of the ceiling.
A pouch on the ceiling? That's weird, right?
I'll get our stepladder. We'll soon find out what's that about.
Please, let me get it for you. After the night you pulled, you could use a small break.
It's a compass.
It isn't mine. Probably the old construction crew's.
And they tied it to the ceiling?
Yeah, it's weird all right, but it's not the weirdest I've seen. Maybe they needed to measure something up there and forgot to bring it down afterward.
Yeah, maybe. Seems pretty recent, though.
So you're building a gym, huh? This will be much nicer than the old gym where I used to go. Should we add some machines? Ava?
Huh?
Machines?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yikes. That's a very committed yes. Still, that's enough for me. Serena, where should we put it? Phew. That was not fun to carry at all.
Yeah, if only Sherlock over here had helped.
What?
Don't worry, I was just teasing.
No, there's something written on the compass.
Really? What does it say?
Ava!
Ava? Wow, this is creepy. Cooper, you're sure it's not yours?
No, mine has a heart around her name.
Hmm.
I'm kidding. But yeah, this is strange.
Elsewhere, yeah, I'd agree. But here, it's probably another of my mom's riddles.
Which means that she knew about the lake house.
Not only that, but she wanted us to come here. Seems like I really can't run away from her mysteries. Ugh, you know what? Let's just forget about it and continue our work.
Okay. If that's what you want.
What about bikes?
Bikes? I think when Ava said she couldn't run away from her mother's riddles, it was not really a matter of speed. I believe it was more metaphorical?
Yeah, I know. I was talking about exercise bikes for the gym.
Oh. My excuses, my lady.
But bikes are a good idea. Let's see what we can find.
Look classy and comfy. I can't wait to try them out.
Right? Don't you want to test them out now?
No, I can't. I don't have any more time this morning. I need to run some errands.
Oh, dang. Me too. I was just coming for a quick scones drop-off at first. There's always so much to do.
Yeah.
Ava, a penny for your thought?
It's nothing. You just made me remember there's something else I can't really run or bike away from. Calling Veruca.
Oh, you're right. You need to tell Veruca about your rewrite. Do you think he'll get ugly?
Not ugly, but, well, you know her.
She doesn't mince her words?
More like she's gonna mince me.
Oh, shoot. Do you want us to stay, or...
No, don't worry. I'm a grown girl. I can face the music. Plus, I have Marlowe for comfort and advice.
All right. If you're sure about it, then I'll see you tonight.
Tonight? What's going on tonight?
Ah, that's for me to know and you to find out.
Here we go. Marlowe, Wish me luck. Hi, Varu.
Ava! I'm so glad you called. What the hell is that draft you sent me last night? You're rewriting a book that was approved by your publisher and is almost in production. Now, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but are you literally having a complete nervous breakdown? You can tell me. I'm an editor. I have training to deal with unhinged writers.
It's because...
You know what? The best idea for all of us is probably just to ignore this rewrite idea of yours and go on with our day. But still, you gotta remember that we already fought hard for you. Way more than we normally do. Painstakingly removing each one of Peacemaker's sneaky little claws around you. Because we saw great potential in you. But if you're turning into some full-tilt diva, then let me tell you.
You missed one!
Huh? One what?
You missed one of the clauses from the contract.
We missed one of the clauses. What do you mean?
Peacemaker still holds the rights of my protagonist, Henry Maxwell. I wrote it in my email.
I've read your email. Nowhere does it say that. Oh. Sorry, I've skipped a line. Look, Ava, I'll see what I can do. But when my bosses see this, they might consider dropping your deal. Your name is not nothing, but let's face it. Henry Maxwell PI is your main selling point. Plus, if the cults are this determined to grind you into legal paste...
Actually, I talked to Jack Colt, and he was willing to help.
Really? That old bastard's son?
Yeah, somewhat willing.
All right, let me think this through. I'll call later. Don't kill any more detectives.
Huh?
I might lose my deal with Fairweather. Yeah. I can't stop shaking, and it feels like I'm burning. Marlo, I think I need to cool off. I can feel my throat closing.
Arr, arr, arr.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I just need some water. Let's go to the bathroom. Oh no, Cooper told me he shut down the water yesterday for a repair.
Ruff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. Yes! Serena got a water dispenser before she left.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm better. Thanks for being here with me.
Ruff.
Gotta also remember to thank Serena for saving my life. These panic attacks have been more frequent lately, haven't they? I think Sarah's right. I really need to slow down a bit.
Ruff.
That is, if the world allows me to slow down. Oh, Olive, you don't know how glad I am to see you.
Ruff.
So am I, Mom. But is something the matter?
Yeah, I had a pretty stressful episode right before you arrived. So when I heard the door, I just assumed it was more bad news. Or Victor.
Is there a distinction?
I guess not. Were you looking for Marvin?
No. On the contrary, I came because I felt it had been quite a stretch since our last alone time. However, if it's an inconvenient moment, I do not wish to become yet another burden.
Please, Olive, you know you're like the exact opposite of a burden.
You're too kind. Then, if I may, what was this stressful episode of yours?
Well, I told you about my protagonist's rights still being held by Peacemaker, right?
Yes, so you decided to rewrite your novel to replace your detective with a new character.
Exactly. The problem is that my new publisher feels that my old protagonist is very important to the book's success. Since he's already known by the public and all because of my first book. Thus, if I can't have him, Fairweather might kick me off. And I don't think they would be willing to go back and fight Peacemaker again for my character's rights.
I see.
Yeah, so let's say that my relationship with my publisher is complicated right now.
It's a complicated situation indeed. It may be complicated, but I still believe you found the best solution, considering the choices you had.
You think so?
Yes. If you said nothing and continued with the publication of your actual novel, Peacemaker would surely have sued you and Fairweather, with a chance that it would have broken your relationship with the latter. If you told Fairweather about your characters being held by their competitor without offering a solution, they would have rescinded the deal, no question. As for Master O'Kelly's blackmail plan, it was the equivalent of setting the world ablaze. At least, now, there's still some hope.
I suppose you're right.
Would you like for us to talk about something else?
Yes, it might do me some good to clear my head a bit. What about Marvin? Is he still hanging out with Victor?
Much to my chagrin, yes. How I wish we had found Marvin before he did.
Maybe another subject?
If you don't mind.
Here, we'll have plenty to occupy our minds.
I see that you're building a gym. What a marvelous idea. Ellen Lee's only other gym has not seen renovations for decades. I am positive yours will be tremendously successful as soon as the word is out.
Tremendous success? I like those words. Much better than canceled the deal.
Ava, dear, I believe you are starting to ruminate again.
Yes, right. Let's install a TV. People love TVs in their gyms. Plus, what's the best way to stop a person from thinking? TV. There. It fits nicely, don't you think?
Yes. On second thought, I would like to talk about Victor again.
You sure? What about the TV?
We don't even have service yet, Mom. I know I might be biased by years of seeing him act like a snake, but I am fairly certain his sudden change of heart is simply an act.
Yeah, I agree.
You do? I am sorry to act so surprised, but yesterday...
I know. I always trust people too easily. I must give it to him, that he's pretty good at this game. But deep down, I still remember it's not the first time he pulled this kind of move on me. I'm just curious why. Like, what's his endgame? Victor's goal. The only thing I can think about is the relic. When he was furious, he kept ranting about how Blackwood stole their land. But now that he can't abuse his position to destroy the manor, I don't really see what he could do about that.
Indeed, you're right. The stolen relic is his most probable motive. He must be planning to use his time around the manor to snoop around, as they say.
Yeah, but according to Hazel's research, that prayer box is definitely not here anymore. It was in Bhutan, then stolen from Marvin's hotel room by his aggressor.
Therefore, Victor is wasting his time, isn't he? Then, I believe we should probably let him roam around.
Sorry?
When he realizes there's nothing here, he may finally leave you alone. And, as you said yesterday, it makes Marvin happy.
Wait, did you just smile while talking about Victor?
Me? Smiling because of Victor? The very thought, Ava.
Oh, then why on earth would you be smiling like that? Not at the mention of Marvin, certainly.
I see that you already have bicycles in your gym, but we should probably add some treadmills.
Yes, you're right. Would you like to test it?
Please, go ahead, Mom.
You're sure you don't want to try? After all, you will need a lot of cardio from now on, since you'll be accompanying Marvin in all his adventures. You know, I also heard that men love...
Arr, arr.
I won't contradict you, Mom. However, I must admit that you are also right about Marvin and I. Marvin is... well, you were already aware of how I felt about him. But I always meant... yes, if always be one of close friendship. Yet, since his return, for him, I am unable anymore, and I am conflicted about what to do with this. I am sorry, Ava, but could we maybe work on something else while we talk? I feel like it would help me feel less in the spotlight.
Of course, whatever you need. We may want to add some racks for weights. And kettlebells? Would that work for you?
It would be perfect.
So, Olive, why do you think it's different now between you and the fear of losing him?
God, yes. However, Marvin is also much more forward than he used to be. You know, for quite some time, I had suspicions that my feelings for Marvin were not completely unrequited. Marvin and we had our dynamic, established over decades of friendship and employment. These dynamics are hard things to change, and neither of us were brave enough to take the risk. Maybe I'm rationalizing it. I am not sure. But this is how I felt.
I see. Now, with Marvin's amnesia.
Exactly. For him, these...
Wow, talk about a complicated love story.
Indeed. But please, this is all very new and confusing to me. So, if you could...
I won't say a word about it, promise. I will even stop to tease you about it.
Thank you.
For a while. Kettlebells. Kettlebells. Wow. I didn't know there were so many styles. Any preference, Olive? Afflicted because of Hazel? With all the time that went by, I'm sure.
Yes, I know. Hazel herself assured me that she has moved onward. But one part of me can't help but feel like I'm somehow betraying her again. Also, if I'm being sincere, that I would always only act as her replacement.
Oh, Olive, you know that's not true.
Perhaps. However, it's not just that. Marvin is still amnesiac. Worse, he's under my care. How can I be sure I'm not, even unintentionally, taking advantage of the situation?
Yeah, I understand I get from his diary. Plus, we already had feelings for you before his accident.
I suppose.
And finally, you're extremely cute together. Honestly, seeing you play music together was one of the most beautiful things I've seen in my life. This gym's really coming together.
Absolutely. And I must say, thank you for listening to me. I feel much better now that I've finally admitted all this.
My pleasure. And I get it. It must be such a weight off your chest.
Hmm.
You know, 'cause we're in a gym.
I believe Cooper has been a terrible influence on you.
Ruff.
Tough crowd. All right, let's forget about this joke and circle back to our initial point. What should we do about Victor?
Victor?
Yeah, I know we said his snooping around is not a problem since we know the relic is not in the manor, but
Yes, you are right. We also cannot let him come and go completely unmonitored.
exactly.
Then I shall watch him like a hawk, Ma'am. Since he's always with Marvin, it should be easy to make it look natural. Me too.
Wow, that was a busy morning. I guess I could rest a little. Looks like we have company coming over, buddy. Serena will be here in an hour. Guess we should tidy up a bit before they arrive.
Ruff.
Well, someone looks cozy on the floor. Planning a new nap trend?
Haha, naps are for babies.
I just laid down for a second to check something, and I guess I dozed off.
A likely story. Well, at least we know the gym is comfortable enough for impromptu naps.
Not really. I feel like I've been through a wrestling match or something.
Well, if you're going to make the gym your nap haven, we might as well add some yoga mats. You know, for those times when the floor is just too hard on you.
Ava, can I play with Marlo?
Sure.
Come on, Marlo. No time for being a sleepyhead.
All right, let's add some yoga mats.
Here we go. Perfect for your next gymnastics routine. Now you can get some decent sleep.
Sleep? With Marie in full play mode, I'm more likely to be on high alert.
Fair point. Maybe we need to install a Marie-proof sleep chamber next.
Don't worry. I really should call Logan.
I hope you're ready to bid him farewell for good.
Wait, why do you seem happy about it? Yesterday you were on board with his whole plan.
Yeah, I was, but let me break something down for you. You know how I feel about good coffee, right?
Yeah?
I know good coffee, and I suggest it to my customers. But if a customer happens to like bad coffee, I'll never force them to drink good coffee.
Where are we going with this?
Worst case scenario, I'll recommend another cafe that serves the kind of bad. A customer should never be scared of asking me for bad coffee.
Okay, I get it. Logan is your version of a bad barista because he wants to force me to drink good coffee.
Yep. Sure, I liked Logan's suggestion about hitting the Colts where it hurt. But you didn't like it, and he kept lawyer-splaining it down to you. Plus, just the fact that you're so worried about calling him tells me that Logan's vibes are off.
All right, noted. But let's focus on something positive. We need more equipment for the gym. Any ideas?
Absolutely. We could add some barbells and a few yoga balls. What do you think?
How about...
Perfect. We'll have people lifting more than just the weight of their problems.
Speaking of which, do you think I like bad coffee?
Well, I wouldn't say your taste in coffee is bad, but it's definitely unique.
Unique? That's a nice way to put it.
Hey, everyone's entitled to their own coffee preferences. As long as it fuels your writing marathons, who am I to judge your coffee choices?
If you ever need a break from the good stuff, feel free to ask me for a cup of my bad coffee.
You know, sometimes I just want a not-so-great cup of coffee. It's my little guilty pleasure.
Ha ha ha. Duly noted. So, what's the next plan?
How about adding a weight bench to the mix?
Time to bring in the yoga balls.
Whoa, those are huge. Can we play with them?
Of course, Marie. Just be prepared for a bumpy ride.
Ava's way of saying, brace yourself for chaos.
Chaos? Me? Never.
Oh.
No gain, right?
What's that?
It's a weight bench. It's for working out, getting strong and healthy.
Can I try?
I think you might be a little too little for this one, sweetheart.
Aw, that's not fair.
Hey, how about a deal? You forget about the bench, and I'll teach you some cool gym moves later today. You can have a workout without any harm.
Really? You're the best, Serena.
Ruff.
This is shaping up nicely.
It's amazing what a bit of renovation can do. Now, about that call to Logan.
Yeah, I guess I should get that over with.
Ready to face the dragon?
Okay, I'm ready.
Ava, can we go play in the garden? I promise I'll make sure Marlo behaves.
Absolutely, sweetheart.
Come on, Marlo, let's play outside.
Breathe in that fresh air, kiddo. I'll stay here and keep Ava company.
Thanks for the moral support, Sayre. Logan is like a legal hurricane.
Well, lucky for you, I've time. Now go on, make that call. I'll be right here.
Here goes nothing. Hey, Logan, it's Ava. We need to talk.
Hi, Ava. Glad you've come to your senses.
I've decided to end the court case and take my novel in a new direction. Jack is withdrawing his case, so I can wrap up both legal battles and finally break free. I just think it's time to end the hostilities. We've been at each other's throats for too long.
Hostilities? We're fighting for justice. You can't just back down now.
I get it, but I don't.
This is not how I imagined our partnership. We had a strategy, a plan. You can't just throw it all away.
I'm not throwing it away. I'm choosing a different path, one that leads to resolution, not endless conflict.
If you think this is the right move, you better have a very good reason.
A good reason? I'm your client, and I made a decision.
We're on the verge of winning, Ava. Think about the money we could make from this.
You'll still be compensated for your work. And for me, it was never about the money.
Right. It's about holding them off the hook. Listen, turning your back on everything we've worked for isn't the solution. I'll swing by in half an hour. I want to talk to you face to face. I'm sure I'll change your mind.
What? No, there's no need to come here. I don't want you to feel bad, but this decision is final. I just have to put an end to this.
So, you're accepting all the terrible things they did just so you can have a quiet life.
No, I'm choosing to let go of the hatred and find a way to live without being constantly at war.
Next time, hand me the phone. I'll give Logan
Bill for therapy sessions too. But what do we do now? I'm so confused. Is it done now? Can't he just respect my decision?
You know what? I think you need to release some of that frustration. How about we set up a punching bag? That's Logan's face on that bag.
Maybe a bit extreme. I just mentioned all that stuff about letting go of hatred, not being at war.
All right, let's switch it up. Imagine you're taking on all your problems and insecurities. Feel better?
Surprisingly, yes. You're good at this motivational stuff. Personal trainer material, perhaps?
Who knows? Maybe I've missed my calling. But seriously, if we're going to have a gym, we might need a real trainer.
Good point. And maybe a desk for them, too. Gotta keep it professional. I can't shake this feeling that maybe I've made a huge mistake. Logan is so invested in this case, and I just called it off.
You did what you thought was right. And besides...
What was that? Is someone else here?
I hope it's not Logan. After what you did to that punching bag, he really shouldn't show up.
Again!
Oh, all right. Let's see if I have any magic left.
Are you okay, Marie? We thought we heard something suspicious.
Ava, Serena, Granddaddy Victor just pulled off this fantastic coin trick.
Ladies, just amusing our little magician here.
You've got to see it. It's like magic.
Maybe another time. Come on, Marie. Let's head back to the gym.
So what are you doing here, besides pulling off magic tricks?
Just offering my unparalleled expertise in renovations, as usual.
Fine. Let's talk about renovations then. Marie, any ideas on what we should add next to our gym?
A ballet thingy.
A ballet thingy?
Ah, you're referring to a ballet bar, young miss.
Yeah, that. Can we have one?
What do you think, Sarah? Can we make room for a ballet thingy?
Absolutely.
Yay! I've always wanted to do ballet.
Want to give it a try right now?
No. I'm kind of hungry.
All right, let's head back to your dad and grab some lunch. You'll be all right, Ava, won't you?
Of course, I'll be fine. And hey, I've got a helping hand, even if it's Victor's.
Take care.
So, Victor, a magician now?
Well, I do have a few tricks up my sleeve. Care to know the secret?
Enlighten me.
It was actually your mother who taught me sleight of hand. Irene used to be good at it. Vanishing acts, coin tricks, a little misdirection here and there. I imagine she was always delighting you with tricks like this when you were a child.
No, actually. I didn't even know she knew this stuff.
Oh, I see. Well, she used to be quite adept at it. Your mother had a flair for the dramatic.
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware. All her tricks and riddles drive me crazy.
Oh, riddles?
I stumbled upon this strange riddle of Irene's. I've been too busy to dive into it.
Ah, Irene and her penchant for puzzles. Pray do share it with me.
It's not exactly on my priority list at the moment.
Irene was always fond of weaving intricate webs of mystery.
Yeah, mystery. That's one thing I could do without right now.
Perhaps I can lend a hand with this one. At least I'm familiar with Irene's style.
What do you mean?
Look at it from a different angle.
Huh?
It's one of Irene's favorite sayings.
Oh, right. Funny you mention that. Mom told me something similar not too long ago.
So do you want me to tackle this riddle for you?
Honestly, I'm not up for assistance right now.
Very well, then. How about assistance with your gymnasium setup?
No, really, I'm good.
Well, Miss Mendes, I suppose I'll take my leave, then. I'll be checking in with Marvin at the Manor.
There's no way I'm letting Victor anywhere near my mom's secrets. Even if he could help crack the riddle, I just can't trust him with this. I think we need some sanitizing wipes around here. You never know what kind of tricks Victor brings with him. However, Victor does make a valid point. Mom's riddles often have unexpected turns. If only Mom would drop the silent act and give me a little clue. All right, it's time to give Mom a gentle nudge. All right, Mom. Time for a heart-to-heart text. Let's see if you're in the mood for some mother-daughter bonding.
Nothing, huh? Well, I didn't expect much. Maybe she'll surprise me with a call this time.
While I wait for Mom's grand entrance, might as well put up this wall chart of yoga stretches. There we go, Marlo. Ever tried the downward dog pose? I bet you'd nail it. Tough crowd. Sam, what brings you here?
Logan, actually. He's really concerned about your decision to end the countersuit.
Wait, did he send you?
No, it's not like that. Well, now that I think about it, maybe it is like that. He thought maybe I could help change your mind. But I just want to help with the situation. So, can we talk?
Sure, I'm always up to talking to you.
I don't want to distract you from your renovations. Actually, I can pitch in. You know, help you pick out plants, for example. Picture it, a green oasis of fitness.
Is there any kind of room you wouldn't want to transform into a green oasis?
No.
I must say, these plants do bring a certain vitality to the place. Thanks.
Now, Ava, seriously, I get where Logan's coming from. He's invested in this, and so are you. Why let it all go?
I appreciate your support, but I've made up my mind. It's not just about the court case. It's about moving on.
Sometimes you need closure before you can move on. Ending the legal battles might not give you that closure.
Oh, has Logan ever explained his plan in detail?
The plan is to help you win.
Actually, it's a bit more intricate than that. Let me share my perspective. There's more to this situation than meets the eye. His strategy involves using some shady information his private investigator dug up on Jack's dad. The plan is to pressure Jack, win at any cost.
Wait. What?
It's not just about winning the legal battles anymore. Logan wants to turn this into a full-blown war, and I can't support that.
That's intense. I had no idea he was going that far.
Me either, until recently.
All Logan mentioned to me was that you're giving up your main character and rewriting your new book.
That part is true. It's my way of hitting the reset button. I really hope you'll understand where I'm coming from.
I can't imagine how tough all of this must be for you. Dealing with lawsuits, rewriting your novel. How are you holding up with everything?
There are moments when it feels liberating, like I'm taking control of my life. Sometimes it's overwhelming, and I question if I'm making the right choices.
And the novel rewrite?
Well, it's like dismantling a puzzle I thought was complete and starting from scratch. And then I have the renovations. That's a whole other story.
Hey, I'm here to help you. What's the next step?
I was thinking about adding a shelf for the towels and a waste bin.
Phew! Who needs a personal trainer when you have DIY home improvement?
You know, I never really got the full story of how you and Logan met.
Well, I was just about to delete the dating app when Logan's profile popped up. He critiqued my choice of emojis, and I knew he was the one. He brought a checklist to our first date. Must have been checking off my suitability as a life partner.
A checklist? Classic Logan. How did you fare?
Barely made the cut! But I managed to sneak in some non-negotiable items on the list.
So what sealed the deal for you? His charming wit, or the way he negotiates splitting the bill?
Believe it or not, it was the wit. Turns out Logan can be surprisingly charming when he's not immersed in heated legal debates. Though, lately, it feels like that's all he can talk about. This waste bin is going to be the unsung hero of the gym. The guardian of discarded water bottles and sweaty towels.
A noble duty indeed. So spill it, Sam. What's your take on Logan's recent legal theatrics?
You know, I used to think Logan's argumentativeness was just his way of expressing love for debate. But lately, it's been more extra.
Extra how?
Extra as in, he started a heated debate over whether pineapple belongs on pizza during our date.
Logan and his philosophical pizza debates strikes again.
I've known Logan for a while, and this level of argumentativeness is not his usual shtick. It's like he's fighting against invisible adversaries, and it's taking a toll on him. I've tried asking him, but he deflects everything with more arguments. And now he's dispatched me here to persuade you to go along with his plan. Problem is, I didn't even have a clue about his grand scheme. I feel a bit foolish. I can't believe Logan manipulated us like this. I thought he was genuine, just a bit too passionate.
Hey, we're in this together. We'll figure it out.
This isn't fair to either of us. You know what? Let's call Logan and get to the bottom of this.
Logan, we need to talk. Sam and I are both here.
Oh, you changed your mind already? Well, that...
Sending Sam over without the full story was not right.
I don't appreciate being manipulated.
You're both overreacting. I have a plan, and I thought Sam could help convince you.
A plan? You never bothered sharing it with me. This is not how a partnership works. I'm not sure I can be in a relationship where everything is a battle. It's exhausting. I care about you, but I can't keep doing this.
I never thought it would come to this.
I need some time to think about this. I didn't sign up for this kind of drama.
We'll talk later, Logan. Oh, that got intense fast.
I was hoping for an apology, not more defensiveness. I'm not a fan of dishonesty, and being lied to is just the worst.
I'm so sorry, Sam. I didn't think it would affect your relationship.
Nah, it's not about you, Ava. Don't be silly. It's just, sometimes you gotta cut the bad fruit to let the tree grow.
I get it. But if you need anything, you know I'm here for you, right?
Thanks, Ava. You've got your own plate full right now, though. I'll be okay. Trees are tougher than they look, trust me. They know how to weather a storm. Now, ready to dive back into the renovations? I've got some ideas on what we need.
Back to renovations, huh?
Well, at least it's a simple task. No legal complications or ex-boyfriends involved.
So he's officially an ex now?
Oops. Ooh, I guess so. Didn't mean to blurt it out, but there you have it. No pity needed, though. I saw it coming for a while. Now, I think we need a towel bin.
I'm starting to feel a bit better about the whole Logan mess. But there's still this weight, you know?
A weight? In the gym? Unheard of. Wait, I have an idea. How about we use this bin to throw away those old feelings?
If only it were that easy.
Why not? Sometimes you got to declutter the emotional space too. Toss in the doubts, the what-ifs, and let them be someone else's problem.
You might be onto something, Sam.
See? Now let's make this bin the official dumping ground for anything that doesn't serve you.
A decluttered gym and a decluttered mind. Not a bad combo.
Oh, since I'm here, I'll go outside check on my plants. Can't have them feeling lonely and neglected.
Hey, before you go, thanks for helping with all this, Sam. It means a lot to have a friend like you in my corner.
Any time, Ava. Friends support each other through thick and thin.
You're a true gem.
Oh, please, that's what friends are for. I'm like your personal emotional support plant, just with more words and less chlorophyll.
Well, I appreciate having you around. I don't know what I would do without your bubbly self.
Stop it, you're making me blush. I'm heading out to take care of the plants around the manor. You two keep yourselves busy.
My word, a manor this size certainly requires a great deal of sweeping. The least I can do now is pitch in to make up for lost time.
This is indeed a very different side of you.
Perhaps I would have helped before, but as I recall, you always did the sweeping on Sunday mornings when I would go hot air ballooning.
Yes, that's correct.
And the reason you swept in the mornings is so that you could practice your cello in the evening.
Why, that's very kind of you. Quite impressive recall, Marvin. You truly are slowly regaining your memory.
Still in fragments, I'm afraid. But you are so captivating that the pieces cannot help but come to me.
I'm going to put away the broom and make some afternoon tea.
Yes, that would be lovely. I'll stay here to continue seeking out dust. Now, back to my latest adventure, searching for dust. It would appear so. And to whom am I speaking?
Uncle Marvin? It's me. It's your niece, Irene.
Oh, how fascinating.
I know it's been so many years since we talked. With everything that we said, I can't imagine how you're feeling right now.
Well, unfortunately, I can't imagine it either. Regretfully, my dear, you seem to have caught me in the middle of a rather inconvenient spot of amnesia. Quite seriously, or so the doctors tell me anyway. Now, if you're my niece, then that must make you Ava's mother, would it not?
Yes, it would. I've been trying to call her back today, but I think her phone is dead.
Yes, those contraptions do tend to be unreliable.
Oh, Uncle, I had no idea you were back. I was so scared that you'd... I'm just so happy you're alive.
Yes, that makes two of us. Now, Irene, was it?
Yes, Irene Blackwood.
Would you like me to get in touch with Ava? I believe she is out at the lake house.
The lake house? You mean Ava found it? Yes, I knew she would.
Ha! She is quite resourceful. Currently, she's busy constructing a guest gymnasium. Yes, she's revitalizing the entire building into a sort of lakeside resort.
Oh, Uncle Marvin, how do you feel about that?
I suppose hospitality is a notoriously fickle business, but I admire Ava's can-do spirit.
I mean to say, how do you feel, considering what you originally built the lake house for?
Well, seeing as I scarcely remember anything from before this month, I can't say as I feel particularly strongly about it one way or another. But judging from your concerned tone, I suspect there's a certain way I should be feeling.
Oh, wow. This is a lot to take in. I have to go and process all this. Uncle Marvin, I can't tell you how good it is to hear your voice.
I'm certain the pleasure is all mine, Irene.
If you could remember our last conversation, I'm not sure you'd say that. But I'm going to make everything right again. Somehow. I promise.
What a mysterious young woman.
Is this mysterious enough?
Roar?
I'm just thinking out loud. This gym is coming together nicely, but where is the whole murder mystery resort theme? I mean, I suppose someone could use a weight as a blunt instrument. But I suspect readily available murder weapons won't really draw in the tourists. At least, not the kind of tourists we'd want. How about some nice, safe, mystery-themed merchandise?
Roar?
Maybe some souvenirs or t-shirts for guests to buy as they work out.
Roar?
First, we'll need a shelf to display our merch on. Otherwise, it'd be just floating there in midair, which would be pretty mysterious.
Roar?
You're right. Shelf is the way to go. And our resort officially has a merchandise shelf. Good timing, too. Can't help but think that my book's hopes of being merchandise famous have gone kaput. Yeah, I know, but I'm honestly okay with it. Sam was right. I decided to change my novel because I know it's the right thing. Though getting to do one book signing tour would have been cool. Anyway, the only thing to do is look forward. Speaking of, what kind of merch could this gym use? Any merchandise we sell in this room should probably be gym-themed. I suspect selling guests hardcover novels to read on the treadmill would be a tripping hazard. What do people need while they're at the gym? Ooh, how about some nice mystery-themed water bottles?
Roar?
I'll see if they make them in a dog-friendly variety. Maybe you could try drinking out of that instead of the toilet? Let's put these water bottles right here. Not too shabby. Serena would love this. I'll text her a photo. Ruh-roh. Looks like this is dead. I wonder if anyone's been trying to get a hold of me. Let me plug this in. Do-do-do. There, my phone's back on. I was thinking things been unusually quiet this afternoon. I should let this phone go dead more often.
Roar? Roar?
Easy for you to say, Mr. I don't even have a phone. And of course, it's Veruca calling. Oh, geez. I suppose I was always going to have to face the music at some point.
Roar?
Thanks, pal. Here goes.
You're there? I've been trying to call you all afternoon. I hope you're not ducking my calls.
No, not intentionally anyway.
Ava, we need to have a serious talk. What you've done with your novel is completely irresponsible. Going rogue and killing off your Henry Maxwell character? A literary sure thing? I have never had an author do something so reckless.
Yeah, that about sums it up.
Your deal with Fairweather is through. So that we can draft up a completely new deal. Because these new chapters you wrote are a literal masterpiece.
Wait, what now?
As soon as I read these new chapters, I was all, stop the presses! Literally, I had them turn off the printing press. There were sparks.
Oh, jeez.
Making the Hidden Blade character into the lead of your novel is genius. What better detective to solve a murder mystery than an actual murderer?
Wow. You think so?
Ava, this is one of the best first chapters to a novel I have ever read. Your opening makes It Was the Best of Times, It Was the Worst of Times look like absolute trash. Ha! Henry who? He's boring. Yesterday's news. The Hidden Blade is dangerous and sexy. The Hidden Blade is giving me life. When she's not taking lives, that is. Oh, that's a good tagline. I gotta write that down. You talking to your pooch again? That's okay, I'm getting used to it. As for you, Miss Unpredictable Author, things worked out this time. But I can tell you're gonna need some supervision. That's why your next editing steps will be handled by Fairweather's newly acquired UK editor.
Absolutely. I'm happy to work with anybody.
Oh, well, that's good, because I sent him to check in on you while your phone was dead. Ta-ta.
Jack? You're Fairweather's new UK editor?
Yes, indeed I am. That's why I'm reading this book. I read books now.
Brain melting. Gotta renovate something. Vending machine, or add some more merchandise. I think a vending machine would look good here. I could definitely stand to eat something. My blood sugar must be low, since I feel like I've gone crazy.
Oh, can you get me a chocolate bar while you're at it? I haven't been grocery shopping lately. Or ever in my entire life. Well, usually Dad would send an assistant to go shopping for me, and one time his CFO. But since I stood up to my dad, he cut me off.
He did?
Deal. I mean, I'm 34 years old. Yeah, Veruca said you told her about how we talked and how I agreed to help you.
You helped by not suing me under a 300-year-old marital law.
Yeah, that. Anyway, Veruca said it'd be a huge coup for Fairweather to hire my father's son. Luckily, it turns out that son is me.
I guess I'll need some more merchandise on the shelf. Focus on the renovations. Focus on the renovations.
A merchandise shelf is a great idea, from a business perspective. Vis-a-vis a publishing paradigm.
Oh, is that your professional opinion?
I mean, I think so. I'm already learning so much at Fairweather Publishing. Veruca said she was eager to leverage my father's industry connections from Peacemaker. Which I think is business lingo for how she's impressed by my skills.
I think you're right, Jack. So, what does your keen business sense tell you the new merchandise shelf needs?
Sure, whatever you choose will be fine.
And suddenly, I just flash back to our entire engagement. How about some t-shirts?
See? I knew you'd choose something perfect.
Thanks, Jack.
Working on this novel with you is going to be so much fun. What's it about? Dragons and stuff?
I write mystery novels. You know this.
Sounds great.
I'm all done around the manor. What's he doing here?
Nice to meet you.
We've definitely met.
Jack is now my UK editor. He was just hired by Fairweather.
Yeah, Ava totally put in a good word for me.
You did?
Apparently.
Then that means your novel is still happening.
That is certainly the upside, yes.
Yes, I knew this would all work out for you. Well, mostly all of it.
Thanks.
Well, I've got some serious editoring to do. I'll catch you both later. Sam, that's right. You're Logan's girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, actually. Turns out he's a bit too hot-headed.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh, the fun never stops for Ava Mendez. So, Marlo, do you think it'll be fun working with Jack? I do feel kind of bad for the guy. His father cut him off so suddenly, ultimately pay a price for helping me out. It's gotta be hard growing up with a dad like that. Ira Colt can be pretty... right out of my mouth. I'm sure we'll new working arrangement work. At least, I hope I'm sure. Anyway, speaking of work, we're almost done with this gym. I've been thinking that we could use some classic free weights. Time to get my lifting in for the day. Phew. They don't seem so heavy until you carry each and every one of them. Maybe I should ask Jack to help with these dumbbells. Well, I thought it was funny. But you're right, too soon. After all this exercise equipment, it seems like we could use a good old-fashioned bench. But like a sitting bench, not another one where you pump the iron. I was doing an impression. That was... Never mind. I know you're more of a rom-com fan. Thanks. We'll say this bench can be used by dogs. My favorite one is texting right now. I guess now I know what his errand was. You know, having to see Jack again makes me realize how lucky I am these days. How adorable is he? You hear that? But I'm sure you'll get some nibbles along the way.
Arr, arr.
Now, there's one last thing I feel like I'm forgetting.
Arr, arr. Arr, arr.
Wait, up! This place needs a pull-up bar. You're a genius, especially by dog standards. You're definitely getting some nibbles at dinner tonight.
Ruff.
Let's do this thing. That looks like the perfect bar to do pull-ups on. If pull-ups were a thing I could do. But wait, there's something else before we... Oh yeah, that's it. Mom's compass that she left for us to find. I guess my dumb curiosity really can't resist one more riddle. All right, now we can go get dinner.
Arr, arr. Okay, dinner for two is all set. Wait, did I make extra for Marlowe? Delivered right to your study. My famous homemade kebabs.
You cooked this?
Don't sound so shocked. Every man should know how to cook decent skewers. Consider it a celebration of you making a decision on your book.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, I'm proud of you for finding a solution that felt right.
Actually, speaking of the book, I got a call from Veruca. But more importantly, she loved the new chapters.
Of course she did. Ava, you're a marvel.
Well, it's sure easier with all of the support you've given.
It's my pleasure. Life has certainly got a lot more interesting.
Thought. Actually, the weirdest thing happened with the compass. Victor was super interested in it.
Oh, was he now?
Yeah, I'm sure his interest was entirely noble.
And not in the least bit suspect.
Ha, exactly. Still, he did tell me a little bit about how he and my mom used to work together.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's strange to hear about her life back here at the manor. It all sounds so dramatic and sad. How she'd always say, look at it from a different angle.
Like the angle on a compass.
Whoa, I was fiddling with it, and it just locked.
So it did. Right at 65 degrees.
I have to get to Uncle Marvin's safe.
I'll be right behind you. In a minute. Anyway, there's very tender meat and a hungry dog about.
Ava!
Mr. Hindley insists on interfering with your uncle's safe.
That's Alderman Hindley to you. Marvin, I'm simply attempting to help.
Uncle Marvin, ignore the keyhole for now. and try turning the handle to 65 degrees.
Like that compass Irene left, hmm? That's it.
Huh, it seems to have unlocked the tumbler. Good show, Ava.
It sounds like you finally did look at things from a different angle.
Score one for Mom, yet again. And now, the key from the writing machine. It's a document? Specifically a deed to the lake house. That's what my mom wanted me to find?
Oh, that reminds me.
But we already found the lake house. Heck, I'm turning it into a resort as we speak. Why would it be so important to Mom to hide the deed where only I would find it?
Perhaps I could take a closer examination.
Perhaps you could take a step backward.
Ava, about your mother. She called for you this afternoon.
Wait, she called? For me?
Marvin, you never told me Irene called.
Oh, you know Irene as well?
Really, property law was always a speciality of mine.
Hazel! My dear, it's been so many years since I've seen your face.
Marvin, your memory.
Oh, Olive.
No matter.
It was of the utmost importance that I race back to Ellenly. What I have discovered could not be trusted over the phone. After we last spoke, Ava, I continued my investigation in Bhutan. I knew that whomever currently has the lost relic...
So, what did you find in Bhutan?
Actually, I left Bhutan soon after we spoke.
Oh.
I had to make another stop along the way.
This preposterous nonsense again.
You can deny all you want, but I now have proof that the mastermind behind Marvin's assault was you, Victor.